smiling. Smiling doesn't always feel right. It's not something we always want to do. Smiling is hard sometimes because you have life circumstances that are just hard, or you're not in a mood, or you're in a bad mood. And it happens to everyone. It's normal to feel this way. However, our smile is such an incredible gift, and we can accomplish wonders with our smile. We can change someone's life with a smile. We can change someone's day with a smile. And it doesn't have to feel right. It doesn't have to feel as though you're in the mood to smile, because your smile is public property. Our sages teach us that your smile, your face, is in the public domain. Rav Yisrael Salanter always taught, your smile, your face is in the public domain. Always have a pleasant demeanor, even if you don't feel like it, even if your insides are maybe sad or upset. Um, we are required to smile at others, to greet them with a smile and with a pleasant manner. Tomer Devorah, it's written, as the Almighty's countenance shows no flush of anger, and no severity enters, so too a person's face should always shine with joy, and he should receive all men with a cheerful countenance. So, what if you don't feel joyful? What if you don't feel like smiling? What if you don't have inner happiness? How do you smile? Don't you smile only when you feel good? Only when you have a reason to smile? So I'm happy to share with you insights that are going to show you the wonders of your smile. Someone wrote, every person hungers for a smile. A smile costs nothing, but it gives much. It enriches those who receive without making poorer those who give. It takes a moment, but the memory can last forever. Yet it cannot be bought, it cannot be begged, it cannot be borrowed or stolen, for it is of no value to anyone if it isn't given away. A smile is only useful and worthy, and it can only exist if it is given away. An external smile brings an internal smile in its wake. In other words, when we smile externally, we're going to feel more serenity inside. Happiness and joy inside can only be given birth to when I smile on the outside, externally, even when I don't feel like it. Rashi tells us that a shining face means a smiling face. Showing the white of your teeth to a fellow man is more beneficial than offering him a glass of milk. This is an important point our sages are teaching us. Sometimes we feel like, well, I gave this to this person and I did this and I raised so much money. They should be thankful to me. But yeah, did you do it with a smile? Did you do it with love? Did you do it with a pleasant face? Receiving someone with a smile, even if you are unable to give him anything, is like presenting him with all the wonderful gifts in the world. A smile is more important than giving someone something, even if it's something small. So, as mothers and as wives, we give to our kids, our family, our husband all day long. And it only counts, really, when you do it with a smile. It counts. But what's the quality of it counting? Really doing it with a smile. And that's what we want. We want to show our family that we're happy to give to them. They are the most important people in the world. We want to give to them with a smile. And you can give with a smile, because if you don't feel like giving with a smile and you're not in the greatest of moods, yeah, when your neighbor knocks on your door to borrow a glass of milk, I know I always bring this example up. All of a sudden, your face is shining and you are asking how she is, and you're so happy to give her the milk. And if she needs anything else, and you're happy to help, please, she shouldn't hesitate to knock on your door again. You were just able to smile in a second. And a second ago, you weren't in the greatest of moods, which is normal. So you can't smile. You can't smile even when you don't feel like it, even when you don't feel so happy inside. It all starts with smiling on the outside. And the people who matter to us the most is our family. So it starts in the home. If you can do it in the home, you can do it anywhere. So a child learns from a teacher who likes him. If you've met a student who hasn't succeeded in his studies, it is because his Rebbe or his teacher did not smile at him. As you know, I teach special needs children. Special needs of different, um, I can say, of different backgrounds, of different challenges. Some of them are nonverbal, meaning they don't speak. Uh, Different spectrums on the autistic spectrum, and different levels. And in other words, they could be verbal, they could be emotionally disturbed. And I've noticed even, and they could also be medicated, so you don't really know exactly how they are when they're not medicated. But the gift that I've learned in my teaching is that when the first thing I do as a teacher, and I'm seeing this work so much, is I greet my students by having the connection with them, by smiling. They don't they don't know me. I don't know them, but it all starts with a smile. And that's the only way I can get my students to learn anything, um, to improve, to change, even if they don't are not verbal, even if they're medicated, even if they're emotionally disturbed, even if they have tremendous behavior problems and challenges. It all starts with a smile. If you don't accept someone with a smile, and the students know it, and a child feels it, parents, teachers, it goes for everyone. If we don't do it with a smile, they don't know that we truly care. So if you see usually a child not improving, it's because most likely, and it's because they're not received with a smile. They feel like they're a burden. And we want to start with a smile. Even the Maharal teaches, even if you're not in the mood, force yourself to smile. The results are contagious. In other words, other people will smile right back at you. Your smile declares, I'm happy to see you. With positive eye contact, we convey feelings of respect and affection. We honor a person by smiling at him. Every single person needs to be respected and honored, even those who don't smile back, who don't have the best attributes. People are worthy because they're people. They need to be respected. This is the typical people, normal people who we encounter every day. Intrinsic worth, everybody needs basic needs of respect. Rabbeinu Yonah said, the essence of a heartwarming smile is inner joy. If a person gives his friend generous gifts with a frown, he is considered to have given nothing. If you receive a friend with a smiling countenance, even if you have nothing to give, it is considered as if you gave generously. Imagine yourself passing by, just passing by a neighborhood, and there's someone you know who's outside their house and they have a gorgeous, prestigious home, and they invite you in, but it isn't with a smile. And you feel like you're intruding, you feel uncomfortable. Whatever they give you, you feel uncomfortable eating. Versus when you go down the street and you see someone and you see someone who's in the neighborhood and they don't live in such a prestigious home and they don't have much to give because they're not going home, and you're just happy to see them, and maybe they're very busy and they can't have you over right now, but just you feel so welcomed. You feel like you just want to be there. There's maybe some people in your life, relatives or friends, that no matter what time of day you would go to them, they receive you with a smile. It's just welcoming. So the smile is what brings you to their home, not because of anything else that they give. So as wives and mothers, we give anyway to our children, to our homes. We invest fully. And Rebbetzin Esther Bila Schwartz teaches, you're giving anyway. You are doing anyway. You are investing in your time, in your efforts anyway. Do it with a smile, even when you don't feel like it. Our sages teach us that a gift is an expression of a generous heart. It is a sign that I cared enough to consider what my friend requires and what made him happy. But if this gift is presented without a smiling countenance, it loses its significance of a token of love, and it is as if one gave nothing. So there's the story of Rav Aryeh Levine, who was given gloves by someone. But then he said, how can I wear gloves? If someone I see in the street, if there's someone I see in the street, I would want to greet them. I can't greet them with a pair of gloves. He also greeted street cleaners with his gloves. He made a concerted effort to greet them. And the street cleaners were up early when everybody else was sleeping in the town because they had to clean the streets. But he made a concerted effort, Rav Aryeh Levine, to greet the street cleaners with a handshake. There's a wonderful story. On Shabbat, the Husia Tinner Rebbe met a Jew in his store's doorway with a dangling cigarette in his mouth. Yet the Rebbe came to him and said to him a heartwarming, "Good Shabbos," with a smile. And then he left. The next week, this Rebbe was again walking down the street on Shabbat, and now he had a bunch of Hasidim with him, a bunch of students with him. And with the students, he came to the store owner. Now the store owner did not have a dangling cigarette in his mouth this time. And he said to him, "Good Shabbos," and he left. The third week, one of the Hasidim see this store owner in the shul, in the synagogue. And he's just so happy to see him with a joyful expression on his face. And he says to him, "Good Shabbos," in a heartwarming way. And this is what the man replied. Obviously, the question was, "What are you doing here?" The man replied, "My store is the busiest on Shabbos. As far as I was concerned, closing on Shabbos was out of the question. But from that first Good Shabbos, something stirred inside of me. I found I could no longer smoke on Shabbos. After the second Good Shabbos, I felt my resolve to stay open evaporate in a puff of smoke. I feared that I too might go the way of my resolve if I did not return to Hashem immediately." So he felt that he had to change immediately with just this heartwarming gesture. You know, it is such a beautiful story because it teaches us many lessons. By the way, this man became a committed Jew and a devoted Hasid of the Rebbe. So it really affected him in a great way. And we affect everyone just with our smile. In a big way, in a small way, it only does positive things. So there's a few lessons that I took from this short story. What is given from the heart enters the heart. If you're doing something with your heart and you care for someone, even someone you don't know, you smile from your heart, it's going to enter the heart. They're going to feel it. The second lesson I learned is everyone deserves respect. This is everyone's basic intrinsic need. We don't need to do something of great value in order to feel worthy. We are born worthy. And the rabbi could have said to himself, "Oh, but look, he's transgressing Shabbos. If I go and smile at him, he's going to think it's okay." He knew it wasn't okay. That because he was happy to see him and acknowledged, "You're a person. You deserve respect no matter what you do. I respect you. I'm happy to see you." And he received a smile, and it penetrated his heart and changed his actions. Number 3, we influence others by our example. Sometimes a person likes to preach other people, but they're not example themselves. Or you may hear someone say something, but it doesn't enter your heart. Why? Because they're not saying what they're doing. It's really difficult to see that, but we influence others by the way of our example. So he saw a shining countenance from this Rebbe. He saw an example of giving respect. Giving respect, treating people right, is more important than actually following Hashem's laws. People think being religious is the one thing I need to do. I need to disregard people. But our sages teaches us that you cannot be close to Hashem if you're not respecting his children. You can't. So here we are, we learn to respect people. And Hashem respects us, treats us the way we treat other people. Number four, changing someone's life does not have to be complicated. It starts with a smile, it starts with truly caring. A cheerful demeanor can accomplish a great deal. One Orthodox Jew lived in a certain secular town in Israel. His joyful expression inspired one of the local boys to check out Judaism because he said to himself, there must be something to religion if the only religious Jew he knew always had a smile on his face. We are an example to other people, especially religious Jews. We need to show that we are an example. Nothing is always, but we need to show that what we're doing is we're doing what Hashem wants from us, and other people are learning from us. Number two, we smile not only when it feels good or if there's a reason to smile. We smile because this is our obligation when we're out of our rooms, when we're greeting our families, to greet them with a smile. And I know it's hard, but it's doable. Just like in the example of the friend that I gave, it's the motivation that kicks in. Serving Hashem with joy is what Hashem wants from us, despite the circumstances. He wants us to serve with joy. Does that mean you're bouncing off your step and you're dancing all day long and you're having a smile on your face? It may not mean that, even though that's great. It means an inner sense of serenity, inner sense of peace and joy, despite your difficult, challenging times. And we know that everyone's going through challenging time during corona epidemic, during times when we're quarantined. It's challenging for everyone. There's no question. On some level for everyone, some greater than others. Yes, but there's still a reason to smile. There's something good happening in your life. There's a reason to smile. And even if it's challenging, we have a reason to smile because the most precious thing in the world is life itself. If you have life, you are alive, may you be in good health, you have a reason to smile. So I have a practical tip. I created an affirmation list of smiling. I choose to smile. I actually have it taped on one of my cabinets in my kitchen. So you can say it a few times a day. You could say it first thing in the morning when you're not in the greatest of moods. So it's an affirmation list. You can get it on my Facebook page, Leah Abramov, or email me at leahabramov2007@gmail.com and I can send it to you. So this is an affirmation list for us mothers and wives to motivate and encourage us to smile even when we don't feel like smiling. So it's called smiling. I choose to smile, not because I'm in the mood, not because I'm happy, not because life is exciting right now, not because everything is going my way. I choose to smile because I have a job. The way I lead is the way my home will run. I am the pillar in my home. I am the atmosphere in my home. It is a privilege to be entrusted with this role. I set the foundation in my home. I am the foundation. I want it to be strong, happy, loving, respectful, and caring. So whether I feel like it or not, I will smile. It all starts with my smile. I'm grateful for the insights in the book Midos by Rebbetzin Feldbrand. Being and Becoming, Leah Abramov, awakening awareness of your greatness and potential.